Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Straßenumfrage, mal wieder aus den USA. Heute ist ein ganz besonderer Tag hier, denn heute wird hier gewählt, und zwar der neue Gouverneur. Mich interessiert die Frage, ob die Menschen noch das Gefühl haben, dass es überhaupt eine Bedeutung hat, wenn sie wählen gehen, oder ob sie das Gefühl haben, dass ihre Stimme gar nicht mehr ins Gewicht fällt. Und deswegen gehe ich mal hier in die Wahllokale und spreche direkt mit den Menschen.
It's different things in place to make our vote not matter. So even though if we win a vote, it will be something to stop the vote.
So what, for example?
What, for example, terrorism from America. Americans, they have terrorism against people of color. So if we do win the vote, we still get terrorized and they brutalize our whole community. They don't even look at us as human beings. So our vote, it really doesn't matter. That's why we've gave ourselves the back seat right now, because honestly, it's going to be up to y'all to save this country, because we saved it before, and now it's up to you guys. It's a country of immigrants. Everybody's not from here, but the people that's not from here, they have the most influence of what goes on and where the money goes. Us as brown and black people, we have no influence of anything. We don't have no influence. Even if we vote, maybe racism is real. Maybe they really hate us. Maybe they do. But if they hate us, why do you want to integrate with us and be like that? Like, why do our vote even count? Why don't we just separate like we said we was going to do before?
Do you think that's the way it should be, or?
Nah, I don't believe that segregation is the way it should be. I think that we should all come together as one. I'm not the angry black man, but I see progress that can be made for all of us. We are all one, It don't matter the shade of our color of our skin. We are all one. We are all one people, just different shades. And once we realize that, it won't be a vote.
Oh yeah, every vote matters. They say that I vote, she votes, my girlfriend votes, but yeah, everything matters. I don't see too many changes, but you're always hopeful. That's why you vote. You hope that some politician does the right thing. This era that we're in right now of misinformation and muddy waters passes. It's just a phase, a bad phase, and then we get back to believing in our votes.
If you were the governor, what would you do right away, first thing?
Cut taxes on gasoline. That's why I went mobile, because the gas prices are crazy, and it's bad enough what's going on overseas. But even before that, gas prices were high, and I understand about climate change and stuff like that. But something has to be done about the taxes, gases.
Have you heard about the IPCC revoking the climate change model?
I have not. What can you tell me about it?
Well, they said actually that the catastrophic climate change model that they implemented, that a lot of the policies are based upon, is actually bunk. So a lot of the policies that they put in place are actually not really founded on good information.
I see. I've never heard that. I'll have to research that. But if you say so, I would try to believe like you're a good person. I can feel your energy, and
Thank
so
you.
can Paris.
You just gave your vote. Do you feel like it's going just in a bin, or does it matter?
I hope so. I'm trying. I'm
But-
trying to change. I'm trying to change what's going on, because a lot of us Americans are embarrassed for that we're in the situation we are in front of them.
Were you
Laughs at us right now?
were you
Still trendy.
debating whether to vote today, or?
Not at all. I always vote.
Okay, but do you feel like, does it still matter, like if you make your cross with the red team or the blue team, or is it all one thing in the end? It boils down to the same policies for us.
I'm voting to change the policy, to change the way it is right now.
And what about like the whole thing, like with voter fraud? Like both sides act as if there's voter
There's
fraud.
not enough voter fraud that makes it even valid. Even the conservative think tanks have proven that the amount of fraud is 0.07% or something like that. Doesn't make a difference. Tell Germany I'm sorry for Trump. I apologize.
No matter what side, good or bad, it's you can't complain unless you vote. So I like to complain. No, no. Our forefathers fought for the right to vote, so it's a privilege, and we just go forward with faith and believe that our vote will count and there won't be any cheating, or we just go with confidence And so,
But there's many people who feel like, especially after the last elections, that the vote matters less and less, that actually what politicians promise, they don't follow through on it. Do you still feel it makes sense to go out? A lot of people are just like moving away and think like it doesn't matter if they vote or not.
um, I I can see that. I can see that. But what's the alternative? So I go based on what's the alternative.
Have you ever contemplated about not voting because you were so disappointed by politics?
Never. I voted every time since you had to be 21 to vote when I was younger. I voted in every election since. Not always Democratic, not always Republican, for the guy I thought was best for this country. This is the most important right Americans have. Democracy is what makes. Sorry.
You
It's one makes America great.
Why does it make you so emotional? Like, do you feel like it's under attack right now, or
It is by ourselves. We have to remind ourselves of the ideals this nation was founded for. The ideals our ancestors had died for. We need to regain that. And the only way we can do that is by voting and choosing good leaders and finding our way back.
back from what? Do you feel like the country is not headed in a good direction? Or?
I think we have kind of lost our way. I've never known America like this. We need to get back to America. The shame will be if the American people forget that and don't recognize that it's the power of the people that matters. And they have to express their opinion. They have to express where they want this country to go. And the only way they can do that is right here by a ballot.
I hope that it does have a say, like it matters.
How old are you, if I may ask?
I'm 21. So yeah, while I want to believe that, because like that's what I was told growing up, is like, oh, your vote matters, and once you're an adult, you'll have all this say. It doesn't feel so much as though those effects are actually happening.
So how does it feel like? Is it more like a play in place to distract people in the end, like the policies are going to be the same, or how do you feel about it?
I guess something like that, like still saying like you can do this thing or vote for this thing, like you still have a say. So that when I guess those changes happens, it's like, oh, well, you didn't vote against it so much. I guess, again, like with what's going on today, a lot of people is like, oh, well, you voted for this thing to happen. And a lot of people are saying like, no, we didn't. Because without having to say explicitly, it's very obvious with a lot that's going today. Even people who voted for our current president are like not agreeing with a lot of the stuff that's happening today. Like no one had any idea a lot of this stuff would happen.
Do you think there will ever be a point, also for yourself, where you feel like, hey, this isn't working because you're saying you're expressing discontent with the president, the current administration? Is there ever going to be a point where voting doesn't get us out of a situation for a lot of people?
I almost kind of feel like it's already happening a little bit.
So what do you think is going to happen next?
Nothing good, I don't think. Either if it's something that goes on like on the government side, or whether it's people just finally have had enough and kind of fight back. Ultimately at this point, I feel like that's what's going to end up happening is, and maybe it's just I am a little bit of a pessimistic person and kind of am quick to think of extremes.
You talking about civil war or?
Not necessarily civil war, like maybe not that far, but I definitely think that people are going to get hurt one way or the other. just because a lot of people are getting hurt already, and it seems like it's not getting better. People are only getting more vocal about this needs to stop, and it's not happening. So I feel like it's going to reach a point where words aren't enough.
I didn't used to think that your opinion matters, but it really does. It's just doing the extra and, going the extra mile. There are people who still care. You look at everything from a greed or a money or a power standpoint. Sometimes people can't be bought. They just want to do the right thing. They just want to see movement. Either they grew up in a community and they're seeing it affected, and now they're really hurt by what they're encountering, or something goes off in you where you say, you know what, I don't care about the money. I'm going to do it for the reason behind it. And that goes in, humanitarian work, science, everybody could always be doing something else. But I think that if number one, it's passion driven or it's driven to make a difference, that's where it comes from. It's hard because I do feel that everything's an agenda, whether it be grooming somebody for a position in Hollywood, all the way up to a political figure. To be honest, that is where everybody needs to unify, right? And that's where the shifts start to change, because as you can see, like how immigrants have come here from other countries and established, they've built beautiful lives in America. But without enough people doing that and all working for the same agendas, it's always going to be confliction. It's always going to be designed so that everybody, it's like whatever promotes their family or their well-being. You look back into history, and I think that it's always a thing of power. It's always a thing that it's going to be a constant fight, right? Like you're just trying to equal out the balance to get it equally distributed